Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are listening to me from this time. My name is Joseph. In case you are new to this channel, we have been on a series together on how to start or work with M365, and we have been committed to this task. We have been uploading videos, and we encourage you to go and look at the ones we've looked at earlier. Watch the previous video so you can connect with what we are doing right now. So if you are new to this channel, kindly hit on the subscribe button and try to give a like to this video, and you may like to share it with your friend as well. Alright, so today we want to continue from where we stopped, and we are going to settings in the admin center, admin.microsoft.com. Okay, so when we get to the admin center this way, of course, if you click on show all, you can agree with me that we've dealt with all of these ones here, and we are good to look at settings. Right, when you come to settings, this is where you add a domain, your custom domain. When you create a tenant in M365, Microsoft gives you a domain that is owned by Microsoft, that is .onmicrosoft.com domain. Like my pillars concept, this is my organization, and then it's bearing at pillarsconcept.onmicrosoft.com. Okay, so if you want to put it at pillarsconcepts.com, right, or you have a domain hosted in GoDaddy in your domain provider, you can also use that domain in M365, and we are going to go through how you can do that, from this admin center here. That's the essence of this video actually. So if you go to settings, look at it. If I collapse this and I expand it again, you see domain, right? If you click on domains, good 18, Microsoft has its own video here that can actually explain to you what to do. But before then, I am looking at this at pillarsconcept.site. Okay, there is .site, there's .org, .gov, .com. If I want to add a new domain to this tenant, of course, this is what Microsoft gives you when you create the tenant. .onmicrosoft.com is a domain that comes by default when you create M365 tenants. Of course, no company wants to use .onmicrosoft.com. You want to use your own domain. Now that you have purchased your domain from your domain provider, let us see how you can add your domain to M365. Now look at this. Add a domain, and then it comes up. So the example that was used here is if your domain provider is actually GoDaddy, but I'm going to play this video to you so that you can see what Microsoft has done here in 56 seconds. Add domain to M365. If you are using a common domain registrar like GoDaddy, it's an easy 3-step process. Otherwise, you can update your DNS records. So let's click on this so we can watch the video. Okay, so I'm going to quickly give it a sound, right?
You can add a domain to Microsoft 365 with just a few steps. Type your new domain name, then select Use this domain. If you're using a common domain registrar like GoDaddy, WordPress, or One-on-One Ionis, it's an easy 3-step process. If you don't see this, you will have to update your DNS records yourself. Select Verify. Sign in if prompted and choose Authorize. Select Continue. Choose the services you would like to enable for this domain, such as Exchange for email. Then select Configure. Then Authorize to let Microsoft update your domain records. Your domain has now been set up and is ready to use in Microsoft 365.
Okay, I hope that was brief enough for you to add your records to your domain provider page, and then you sync that to what you have in M365 here. So that's how to add a domain to your M365 tenants. Alright, so that's about domain. I think the next important thing in settings that you may want to look at is the integrated apps that you can use in M365. Of course, there are a lot of them that you can actually have available. You have the deployed application, discover, purchase, acquire, manage, and deploy M365 apps by Microsoft partners. There are 3 types of applications that can be used in Microsoft. You have the third-party application, you have the Microsoft application, then you have the custom application. The custom application are those that are developed by your own organization. Then the ones that are popularly out there that are available for use, like you see the Adobe Reader, Adobe Acrobat here, it's all about third-party application. They were not designed by your own organization. So here you have a lot of then deployed application, you have available apps, and then you have blocked app in your organization. If there are apps that are blocked in my organization, whether from Teams or somewhere, all apps in this list are blocked and can't be installed by or deployed to any other user in the organization. No Outlook add-in are shown here. To view and edit policies for Outlook add-in, visit this admin center. So this is just giving you information. So of these applications that are here, right, you have some that can be blocked and the others that can be opened. So these are available apps that are being currently used in my tenants, right? There are a list of them that I can use in my tenant. They're actually allowed to be used. Okay, you have a good number of them. Then the deployed applications, of course, you can also take a look at these ones as well. Okay, that's for integrated apps. I think I jumped organization settings. Organization settings, if you remember in our very first video, was where we went to change our organization profile. There are a lot of it, right, that you can see under services that are available to your tenants. If you scroll down right now, you're going to see all of them, right? You're going to see all of them that are available. But you look at security and policies about your tenants, you see them here. You can also try to read through all of this if you like to see what sharing does, control access to people outside of your organization. Then pronouns allow all users in your organization to set their pronouns their pronouns across Microsoft M365, Then privacy profile is here, and then password expiration policy. This set your password policy for all users in your organization. You can learn more about all these things, or you can set it in your organization. For example, this is never expire is actually recommended, but of course if you want to check it, you can set it that the password of your user in your organization should always expire after certain number of days. Like here it's just showing 730. You can decide to, okay, after 30 days, I guess that is after every month, your users in your organization should be changing their password. It could be for a security reason, but Microsoft still recommend that you set your password never to expire from what we can see there. Okay, so that is what, excuse me, let me close this. I want to close you. Yes, I want to close. I used to no. All right, so that is that. Then big data collection and all of that. It Now this is where I'm very interested in. Here, you can actually look at your organization profile and change some things for yourself. Like you see the custom themes, Microsoft 365 for your organization. You can customize your theme. You can customize tiles and all of that. But these are not very important to me at this moment. You can explore them to see what they do. But I want to look at something here called organization information. In organization information, this is where you can even change the name of this company to something else. Now, let's say I need S to be here in my pillars concept. If you remember very well, let me come to this place, right? You find out that if I come home here, I am going to be seeing that the name of this company is Pillars Concept. Let's say I want to put it at Pillars Concepts, right? I want to add S to it. This is where I can make that correction. The address, I can decide to change the address. The city, I've changed everything about this company. But mind you, you cannot change the country where this tenant is, because this tenant, the data is saved in a particular location that the government regulation has this data saved there. So if you want to change the location of your tenant from a particular country to another one, you will need a business justification to Microsoft, and you have to file the application through what I said in the last video on how to create support requests, and it could take up to about 6 months for you to be able to get hands on all of that. Then you can set your contact information. You set your preferred language for the tenant, according to what you want. So when you are done, right, you can click on save, and we're expecting that all of the changes we've made will replicate even down to Azure Active Directory. Now this company's name that we've changed has been converted to Pillars Concepts. It may not reflect here now, but when I refresh, I'm expecting it to land here, that we should have S now showing up for us as the name of this company. So this is it now. You can see that S is now showing up here, right? So that is what settings can do for us. Organization profile. You remember that when we're trying to obtain license in one of our videos, the very first video, we were told that we do not have solid address. So this is where you can set the solid address of your own company. Okay, so that is for organization setting. Then integrated app, we still look at that. Then partner relationship, maybe we'll just look at what is here, and then we can use this to wrap up. These are the partners that your organization, you are authorized to work with, or your organization. Let me read again. These are the partners that you authorize to work with your organization. Each partner has different responsibility for working with your organization, and some might have roles in your organization. Of course, you can look at the policy statement and agreements and all of that. So what is very key in setting is domain. Domain is very important. Of course, you have to know the different types of records that you have. For example, let me open this domain that is down, and we can look at the records that are there. Now, if you look at the DNS records, we have series of records, though these records are down because of one reason or the other, right? Okay, now you can see that I have MX record, TXT record, CNAME record. These records these values have to be placed in the domain providers page, and then the time to leave also should be specified according to this. This is for identity. The TXT is for identity. The MX is for mail exchange. So if your MX record is down this way, you cannot receive email on this domain. Of course, you've watched the video on how to add domain. I'm sure that is going to be very useful to you. I would be open to receive questions from you regarding this video, okay, so that we can look at it together. Then if you got a domain and you want us to come on the call to add it together, that's fine. I'll be happy to actually assist you to do that. So thank you so much for your time today again, and I'm happy that we're able to do this one. Moving on to the next one, right, we may be looking at setup, okay, just so we follow through until we get to the very end of this in health, and then we can look at the different admin centers in M365. Thank you for believing in this journey, and I hope that we are going to get it to the end